So this past weekend, I did a practice session with this really cute puppy named Teddy. So something I like to ask in all my sessions is, what advice do you have to help mom or dad or whoever's living in the house? What advice do you have for them to help them improve or enhance their life? Another thing I like to ask is, tell me about your soul contract with them. So Teddy had some really interesting and some sweet things to share for his family. So when I asked about advice for Grandpa, he showed me Grandpa doing squats. I said, tell me more. So Teddy showed me that Grandpa's legs were stiff and his knees were clicking, and he thinks that Grandpa should do some leg exercises. When I asked him about advice for Mom, he showed me Mom, and she was kind of rubbing her temples like this, and he said Mom needs to drink more water. When I asked about advice for his sister, he showed me that she is a little bit blue, like a little bit lonely lately, and it was really odd because I had this song stuck in my head, and I wasn't sure if this was just because I had been listening to that song while I was driving earlier in the day, but it just would not get out of my head. The lyrics were playing over and over again. I even paused the recording for a second because I couldn't focus, and then I thought maybe this is Teddy telling me that this song applies to his advice for his sister, because that's how animals can show and share messages sometimes. They will take things from my environment, so songs that I've listened to, or maybe like a movie that I watched, and bring that as relevance to the message that they're trying to share. So the song is called Backup Plan by Bailey Zimmerman. I hope I'm saying that right. But the lyrics were something like, if you got a fire, don't lose it. If you gotta do a die dream, do it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. So it was kind of like an empowering song, just kind of like keep going, like don't let things knock you down. And I thought that was really sweet that he was sharing that for his sister. The other thing that I like to ask is about their soul contract. So for Mom, what he showed me was Mom kind of sitting and just reflecting, like a quiet evening, everyone's, sleeping or doing their own thing, and Mom was just kind of sitting on the couch and just kind of sitting and reflecting. And what Teddy was showing me is that Mom still matters. Little things that Mom does, or the big things that Mom does, everything that Mom does that maybe people don't notice or share their appreciation for, that he notices those things, and that those things matter, and that she still matters. And he showed me him going up to Mom and kind of putting his paw on her and just being like, it matters, and I appreciate you, and I acknowledge you. I asked about his soul contract with Grandpa. It was really funny, like he showed me, it almost looked like he was biting Grandpa. So he kind of showed me like nipping Grandpa in the butt and kind of nipping at his heels and kind of being like a little bit feisty. And so when I got feedback back from his sister, she said that is so funny because that's totally what their relationship is like. They like to kind of tease and taunt each other. He kind of like nips at Grandpa and huffs and puffs at him when he wants him to like get up and play and do things. So you're just kind of showing that like they kind of keep each other on their toes, and they kind of have like that little fun kind of playful relationship. I thought that was very sweet. When I asked about his soul contract for his sister, he showed me again like his sister being kind of a little bit lonely, and she did share that she doesn't have very many friends. And so Teddy was kind of showing me that like, hey, I'm here, I'm your friend. If you are lonely and you don't have anybody around, I'm your buddy. I will always be here for you. I just wanted to share those really sweet things that Teddy shared with me for his family.